Hey, this is me, Emily, a 40-year-old fitness coach, movement enthusiast and board sport late bloomer. I'm currently living in the Swiss Alps with my hubby Liam and dog Kada. I started surfing, skating and snowboarding in my 30s. One kind of led to the other, and that kind of led to me starting a fitness business, helping other women learn these sports a bit later in life too. But that's only part of the story. So how did I, a 30-something-year-old woman, end up falling in love with these sports and end up trying to build a business around them? For that, we're going to need to rewind. I spent a lot of my 20s searching for my passion, purpose, direction and joy. I tried a lot of careers, and whilst I did have fun along the way, nothing stuck. I moved to London thinking that the fast-paced, bright light city life might be the answer. And whilst it definitely served as a big distraction for a long time, the age-old question resurfaced. Is this all there is? I was living that 9-to-5 grind, chasing a promotion or a paycheck, bored, miserable and feeling increasingly lost. I craved freedom, adventure, new experiences and a life that set my soul on fire. But I didn't really know what I wanted to do, didn't have a lot of money, no real qualifications to speak of, and at that time I didn't know anybody else doing it a different way. Then in 2016 I signed up to run a marathon in Uganda, and that decision and experience created a huge shift for me. I met people doing life differently, saw the world through different eyes and came back a very different person. And I'd made a decision. I was going to quit my job, quit London and live life on my own terms for a while. What that looked like, I wasn't really sure, but I wanted to find out. People call me brave, but honestly, it felt scarier at that time to keep on living the same day over and over again and call it a life than it did to step out into the unknown. I got rid of loads of my belongings, packed what I needed into my new travel companion Red, and on January 1st, 2017, I was officially free. I dog sat, stayed in hostels, camped, did all sorts of freelance work, travelled some and loved every second of it. I was following my joy, and that is how I found myself on a bus to Newquay, Cornwall in the summer of 2018. What was supposed to be a 3-day trip turned into a month-long adventure. There was something about the place, the lifestyle, the beaches that spoke to me. I wanted some of that vibe for myself. So what else do you do when in Newquay but book yourself a surf lesson? Listen, I'm not going to pretend it was love at first surf, it wasn't, but a spark had been lit. That summer led me to question how I wanted to spend the following winter, and a casual conversation with a friend led to a chalet host job offer. I was 33, heading away on my very first winter season. Little did I know when I took that job is that decision would change everything. I'd learned to snowboard, not without a little bit of drama, and it would become a huge passion of mine. I'd fall in love with the mountains and I'd meet Liam, my future husband. We'd spend our following winters snowboarding in Austria, France, Sweden and Norway, making the best memories. But learning to snowboard would be a catalyst for really getting into surfing and later starting skating too. And that trying to learn and progress in these sports as a 30-something-year-old woman would uncover my long-hidden and long-sought purpose. To help other women in their 30s and beyond feel strong, capable, confident and seen when learning these sports too. And that brings us back to present day. So finally, just to say, if you are watching this and there is the tiniest little inkling of desire to try something new, however crazy it may seem, please just do it. I know stepping out of your comfort zone is super scary, and honestly I don't think it ever gets any easier, but the more you do it, the more you start to trust in the good that's on the other side of that leap. So I encourage you to be brave, overcome your fear, say yes to following your curiosity and just go do the thing, because you truly never know where it may lead. If you made it this far, thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Happy boarding.